Okay. So we're going to be taking a look at Garden of Blam Blam. I had to make a stupid joke. We're going to be looking at a game called Metal Garden. It is a game that is... Well, I believe this is actually either... I think it might be Source, it might be Unity, I'm not really sure. But... It is a brutalist hellscape, eternal megastructure shooter game thing, and I might be wrong. Yeah, let me go check the Steam page just to see if it is even mentioning it or not. But I'm fairly certain that this is directly pulling inspiration from Blam. Hence the stupid joke of Garden of Blam Bam Blam, because, you know, I'm very funny, please laugh. But yeah, Blam, you know, B-L-A-M-E, exclamation mark, manga by mangaka whose name I can never remember, but done a bunch of different weird mangas that, like, Nice of Sidonia. The guy in particular, whoever he is, I do actually like quite a bit of his work, but from kind of like a... Entombed in a vast megastructure, countless civilizations live through the long ages. Though they have attempted every method, the walls and ceiling of the structure remain unbreached. The path outside has never been found, and in the structure's overgrown far reaches, many nomads wander, living off the remnants of battles fought amongst the many warring states and corporations. Shit, what was I saying? So I think as far as, you know, like, stories kind of go, yeah, I don't think he's the best storyteller, but he's really good at getting the groundwork going. You know, like, he's pretty good at, like, you know, like, general art as well. Like, you know, Blam has a lot of, I mean, hell, Blam for the last, like, I think like 3 chapters, there's basically not a single bit of dialogue. Alright. Why, no. Why do so many things do this? It's a 1980 monitor, no, not that. Right, so I don't think he's the best at story or dialogue, but when he builds a world, I think he does pretty good at it. When he's drawing a lot of the sceneries and, you know, monsters or what have you, I think he does a pretty good job. Oh, that is very sensitive still. Okay, Seg, mouse, west, spacebar, left. Oh, yeah, yep. Huh? Oh god, you have, like, ARMA controls. Alright. So we have some... Okay, knife. Okay, can I... rebind that to... Yes, cool. There we go. Alright, examine. A beacon to let other nomads that there's a mech to rummage for scraps here. One's trash is another's gold, after all. The smoking engine of your old mech. MCO-76 aftermarket cannon. I do like how it's already kind of like almost kind of a Gundam thing going on here. Gundam had some weird stuff going on with, like, the space stations. Okay, alright, we have Pistola, which looks very blocky. Thrust boots, and then pistol ammo. Okay, yeah, that definitely looks like... Okay, so it is not jet boots, it is... You get, like, one little spurt and that's it. Wait, what? Why two knife, though? Can I throw a knife? I don't think so. Look at my hand. The knife is disappearing as he pulls his hand back to the left. Okay, more pistola ammo. Oh. Oh, the shooting is jank. Oh, maybe not necessarily jank so much as just... It's very... I don't know if this is Source Engine. Really wouldn't surprise me if it was. And immediately makes me want to go play like Eve Cybermancy again. Divine Cybermancy. What else was there? Xenoclash was also weird. For gameplay purposes. Feel, whatever. What are we looking at here? So, where is the light coming from? Oh, that... It's like some movie right there, just... They crest the hill. I don't remember exactly how I found this. I think I found this one because someone recommended it to me because of my, like, Nisant stuff earlier this year and just doing a bunch of Brulus Megastructure stuff back to back. Oh, that's not the button I meant to push. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed doing a bunch of those games, and... yeah, no, they're not human. I don't know if we are, even. Though I think I went through the majority of the Megastructure stuffs. Majority of them, not all of them. Are we, like, anime dude? Auto surgery unit. Oh, I could have used that, I think, and gotten a free heal as opposed to using my medkit. Well, that's unfortunate. Again, there's a little bit of, like, Arma for some reason in this. Can you... Hold on. Oh, you have to press and hold Alt. That's not ideal. Yeah, I feel like that would be a nice thing. Again, kind of like... Your briefcase has a front iron sight ring. Well, yeah. Christ, what was it? Was it James Bond where they had the briefcase that would shoot gun? The royally dressed man before you is bleeding out. Even at a cursory glance, you can tell that his wounds, if not treated soon, will lead to his death. I know I paraphrase that. Nigga. What humiliation.
Defeated but a step from our goal.
What happened here?
A betrayal. And a bloody tragedy. And now, with what noble intentions we came. Can you imagine it? We finally found it. An exit from the megastructure. The culmination of millennia of searching. A dream of so many civilizations born inside this prison world. We assembled with all haste. I stood at the helm of the great army of my kingdom, my beloved Rea Secretorum, and knew the glory was ours. We would find those heavenly fields beyond. An army that's now been collapsed like so many packs of cards, and its great leader receiving ministrations from a wandering mongrel. It's all the fault of those damned cell swords. See, we had spies inside the Central Serenian Mining Group. They're local industrialists. That's how we knew that. when one of their great dam projects hit on a hole in the world, it was our time to mobilize. But foolishly did I march. The mercenaries they hired broke our lines, and my men, my own men who were taken prisoner, they turned their swords on me, screaming of my own treachery, the impudency, the gall.
The fallen king continues to lose himself in his laments, his words fast becoming less and less comprehensible. It is then that you notice a key by his body, its design plain compared to the proud royal. Yeah. The plot's got your attention? What about the scenery? You like that? We're in a structure. Okay. I wanted to see if I could put him down. You know, put him out of his misery. The answer was no. So, the character models are not particularly great. Gonna be brutally honest on that one. The character models are very rough. The scenery quality, you know, like modeling, texturing is all very basic as well. Feels, but yeah, it's the spirit of the game. Oh right, I have better gun now. Well, let me swap to the... It's a shotgun. The briefcase is a shotgun, in fact. I thought it was a... I thought it was an AR. God, this gun actually has to hurt your hand to hold and use. No, I too just don't care when I take a point-blank entire thing of shotgun to chest. Why not? Grenade. Okay, it's a very wonky-looking cell hand grenade. I think this is basically what we look like. How you doing, chat? Doing good. So, actually, hold on. Where are they getting the asphalt to make roads? Are they just, like, grinding up the structure to... Oh, right, I can double jump. Yeah. I'm going to forget that multiple times. Okay, that's laser. I think he's out of ammo. Well, I mean, he's dead now, so that works. Ten out of 10 intelligence there, just, you know, burn all your ammo on a rock. Okay, you cannot pick up the gun that they were using. Have you finished?
Yes, sir. This whole section is rigged to blow. Good. Start. Good. Start packing up. I want to be as far away as possible when it all goes up.
Oh, what happened there? That's not how that's supposed to work. Ow. So, I think you can take injuries to your limbs that will affect you. I would assume accuracy, movement speed, and whatnot. Somehow I have avoided that. Opens elsewhere. Okay. Oh, there's actually mantling. Opens on the other side. Of course. Collection of all magazines and newspapers likely used to pass time by the mercenaries and stashed away here to hide them from their superiors. All the papers are many cycles old. The newest issue you can find frontlines a retrospective on the anniversary of CSMG gaining majority control in the running of this strata. The article tells how many people of the strata, as well as most of CSMG's workforce and leadership, suffer from extremely high UV light-sensitive bodies. The same ceiling lights that warm the flesh of other species torch the bodies of those born here. CSMG gained control of the strata on popular support, after they promised to dim the strata ceiling lights as their most important policy. As a result, this layer is unique in that it holds permanent mid-tone conditions. The vampires ran democratically and were elected and blotted out the sun. See, this is why we can't have good things, you know? This isn't what I voted for. It actually is. You voted specifically to you know, like, blot out the sun. No, I didn't. So, how are you supposed to do this? Because real people won't vote for vampires? Oh no, they 100% would, and then complain that the vampire doing the thing isn't what they voted for, despite the fact that that is exactly what the vampire frickin' ran on, you know? And like, oh, everyone will have mandatory blood donations or tithes or whatever, right? It's just like, I didn't vote for this. Okay. Yeah, you did. How are you supposed to do this, though? You can't open this. Can't open that. I think there's like a little lever there. No? Okay. There's a ladder in there. Am I being dumb? Or is that just not very clear on what to do? Only other thing I can think of is maybe tossing in a nade. Why is there just so many knives?
Yeah, Colonel. Found a knife. I found a knife. And the knife was... I'm sorry, is this a Kenshi enemy? Why does he have a giant cleaver? Colonel, there was a knife stuck in another knife. Ugh. So now when I stab people, I can stab them again.
Yeah, that's how that works. Okay, like weird little irrigation looking thing. Looks very fancy for what I assume is supposed to be like a sore. Whoa! How does one throw a grenade? Q? Why is it on Q? Wow. Okay, so that was awful. They're not very effective. Man, I should go put another 300 hours into Kenshi again. Only thing I know for a fact, I'm not going to live long enough to see the release of Kenshi 2. I don't think anyone is. Okay. So there is actually a slide. Oh. Yeah. Cool. I'm playing that frickin' extraction shooter again. What is it, Rostov? Oh. Oh, good. Why is it that every Megastructure game has this type of thing here? I guess this one is differentiating itself in the fact that you can double jump. But pretty much every single Megastructure game I've done has had a vertical pipe segment. It's like the equivalent of every game having their soar level. So that's not gonna work, is it? So this is how Silent Hill 3 and Silent Hill 4 The Room would play like if you could actually shoot in 3D space as opposed to the fixed camera and whatnot. I don't even think I really needed to kill them. I probably could have just walked around them. What if wooden ladders instead of pipes? Oh, then it would just be like, our RV area or something. I'm kind of curious if this is this dev's first game. Of course it is. Wait, what? Like, it is not bad by any means, it's just there are a lot of little things in here. Like, again, just like graphically, the way it's playing, it's very basic, it feels, you know? Okay. You see promise, but not enough to utilize the current concept. Yeah. I guess that's a thing I could probably mostly agree with. I think it's getting the spirit across pretty well. Yeah, you like Megastructure and, you know, Brutalist and whatnot. The shooting one is very, yeah, very whelming. I don't know what I'm supposed to do right now. I think I missed an entire step. Yeah. I didn't glitch the game, did I? Oh! I didn't hear anything happening when I hit any of those buttons, so I thought it was just not working. You know, like, maybe a beep sound effect to let the player know that the thing is moving. I thought maybe it was just, like the thing needed to be powered on or some such. Yeah, I know I'm a filthy pleb. I want my sound cues to let me know that it is in fact working. How dare I? I mean, yeah, obviously the polygons will move. Duh. Lot of shotgun. Oh, fucking... I looked at it and I didn't realize it was a mine. I thought it was just a decoration. What engine is this? I don't know. I believe it is Source. Oh, I missed. How did I miss? So another game it kind of makes me think of is Voices of the Void. And it's very amateur feeling. Again, not saying this is a bad thing, because despite Voices of the Void's very amateurish feeling and whatnot to it, it has a lot of spirit, and I greatly enjoyed playing it. Doesn't feel like Source, but that's just because of running animation. Like I said, I don't know if it's Source or not. Because it's like, if I go into options, it's either Source or it's Unity. There was no splash screen on what engine it was. Okay, that looks weird. I don't know if there's a difficulty thing. I don't think there is. Okay, so we've gone from like weird metal, metal and brutalist, concrete and metal brutalist megastructure to, I don't know, like Legend of Zelda weird, what the hell are they called? Like Minori something? Midori? Ruins? Wait, isn't this...
Oh dear God, it's all a circle. Yeah.
Econ? Oh, dude, I don't know. Just weird-looking old ruins. Acquire the sniper rifle from within the weapons cache. Wow, it kind of sucks. Why? Why is it just a hollow? I cannot zoom it in. If you scroll wheel, it changes weapon. I like that it actually has a compass in the top left. I actually like the look of the hollow. It's just... sniper rifle. Here's hollow sight. Just, there you go. Clearly you need the implant to match. Yeah, but if you had an implant to help you aim this thing, why would you need the holographic sight? Hey buddy, how you doing? Oh, that looked a little jank. Shut up. No, you oh! Ow, my ass. My ass has been lasered.
Colonel. They heard the clap of my ass cheeks and they...
Oh.
Colonel, I shot him in the dick and he didn't feel anything. So I shot him in the dick again.
Sniper rifle sucks. Just give me a pistol. What a disappointing, lackluster sniper rifle. Oh, goody. What is health? Wait. So are they not laser guns, but sniper rifles? Was I supposed to hold it? Click and hold? And 10 sniper blows time splitters away. Which, the one that we played? Because, oh, Jesus, dude, that sniper segment sucked. Absolute ass. How many times did we need to retry that one? Like 20? That was actual dog shit. I really want to know if they playtested that or not back in the day. Because it sure as shit did not feel like it was. What? No. No, that's cheating. You don't get to do that. What is this, a slingshot? That section was the worst. Yeah, but that's what I said. That is what I am saying. Nah, seriously, what is this thing? Whoa! Speaking of getting slingshot. It'll be funny when we re-encounter it. Let me like combine absinthe and amaretto for that particular misery fest. All right, we good on that one? Maybe toss in some cyanide. My guy was sucking down these first aid kits. Why are they wearing tricorns? I'm fighting pirates with laser guns.
You see, the megastructure is more of what we call the guideline than a real rulebook.
Oh shit. I don't know. I'm funny. Laugh. TS1 and TS2 before we even get to it. Yeah, and what was it? What was the one that we did? 3? Rebirth? Reborn? Whatever the shit was called. Like, that one was hard enough already. And you're telling me the first and second are worse. Diary of Risa Reed, Junior CSMG Drill Specialist. Entry for Cycle 12 of Trist 713. It's common knowledge in the field that CSMG build the vast architectural projects over the stratiform ruins of the old states and kingdoms. This isn't the first drill site like this I've been to, and yet I was still unprepared for the real thing. Me and the other crew keep uncovering plates and markings. Mentions of cities and countries that we no longer have records of. And I have to wonder, deeper down below, who knows what else they found? Alright, what do you think it's gonna be, chat? Do you think it's gonna be like a god mech? You know, like a mech, you know, like a Gundam type of thing, you know, humanoid robot that's like god? Do you think it's gonna be an elder god? Do you think it's just gonna be like mundane and it's just everything is shit? Because you never know with these, you know, like weird, depressing anime-esque things, because yeah, a lot of them like to go weird with like the whole god angle. I mean, Jesus Christ, even, you know, like, look at Final Fantasy, every game practically has you killing a god. Okay. I don't know what he was doing, just silently jerking his gherkin something. I don't know. I like how slow this gunplay is, and yet I still missed. Why even give the shotgun iron sights? I like how it's just plant flat PNG. 8 tank traps? Well, hedgehogs even. Check hedgehogs. Well, I was gonna try to stab him to try to be a little stealthier, and, well, obviously that didn't quite work. So, do you like the inclusion of the sniper rifle, by the way? The fact that I have had... Oh, look at that, we have ammo again. I thought I had not picked up any ammo. Wait, is he dead? Yes, fall into the marrow furnace. Hey, so remember when I was asking if they're just grinding up the old megastructure? The answer was yes. Yes, they are. They're just recycling the old megastructure to make more megastructure. Slingshot with a hollow sight. Might as well have it at this point. So what was the key for? Look, animals. Hey, hey, chat, do you remember the really jank-ass looking monsters in some parts of Lunacid? Like, what was it, the tower there? And I think it had the Chimera, was it? Yeah, like, the enemies you couldn't find anywhere else. It was only in that little, like, tower that had, like, 50 floors.
What's going on? I can't make contact with the advance team. You don't think something happened to them? Ha! As if anything could happen to those tough bastards. Nah, it must be the electrical storm overhead. Keep trying.
Chimera, the goop dudes, not the Chimera. Then you also had the freaking Chimera in the... was it the library? I think it was the library, where they just look really jank. Or the brain guys. I don't think the brain guys were too janky. Might be wrong. I don't remember them being particularly janky, though. Yeah, it's like, keep that in mind. I do consider Lunacid, you know, like 9 out of 10, or like effectively a 10 out of 10, because like, I don't know. I have inch-thick rose-tinted glasses for that damn game. I absolutely love that thing. But even so, you know, it's like, that doesn't mean I can't criticize it. Because, yeah, no, some of the freaking animations and models of some of the monsters in the game were jank. I don't really like to say that they're bad so much as endearing because, you know, my gun sounds like you're shifting drawers. Chimera model was pretty rough, though. Yeah, it was. Do you remember the trees? I think it was the trees, or like the... was it the trees or the... you know, like the frickin' Cthulhu eye things in the fire area. I thought those things were cool, if a little jank. You know, it's like, oh my Christ. Ow! Did he hit me midair? That's cheating! No! It's a trap! No, it's from management. As part of our ongoing initiative to improve employee health, we have decided to limit the amount of smoke breaks made available per worker. When you'd like to access the smoking area, you can now apply for a key to your shift manager's office just up through the elevator. Requires key. Huh? Yeah, they're pretty cool. They called something stupid like, yeah, because they were, yeah, like, generic, Cthulhu, you know, Eldritch Horror, whatever the hell going on. Do you remember the spell? I don't remember if it was a spell or like a bestiary thing. Oh god, what was it called? Like, what was it called? There was a spell that you could use to like read the thoughts of monsters, and it's like you can actually, like, there's a cipher somewhere to see what those things are saying to you. And it is kind of like generic, like, oh, this is an eldritch monster thing. Oh, did I need to do this? I guess so. Oh, I thought it just fell. Generic Cthulhu paradox there. Look, me speak good. Why use many word when small word do trick? My speaking of the mind reading trick. Yeah, what about it? You need that spell to, like, figure out what the hell I'm trying to say? Where am I supposed to go? Okay. Because big word can be worth 10 words. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Yeah. There you go. How about that? What is the purpose of this? We have like 2 pipes hot now. Ooh, wowie. How is that helping me? No, seriously, how is that helping? Huh? Oh, I see. I think. I think I have been duped. It's worth none and IO words now. How about... Let me think about it. No. You can't focus on the screen because of how monochrome it is. What, you don't like gray with more gray? No. Ooh. I wasn't expecting a bunch of puzzle platform stuff, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, like 1 or 2, but... This is a bit more than what I was expecting. Monochrome with very stale unsourced lighting. Well, you don't like the fact that everything just has the same amount of lighting applied to it no matter where you are? Wait, did my body just stop that thing? Oh yeah, it did. There's just like a little safety thing. Weird. Okay. How's that helping? Do I need to go back to that? No. Maybe. I don't know. Eh, it's worth a shot. See if something would happen. AK2 level mapping, you could in theory do this stuff in Radiant and not require a full game. Sure, I'll pretend I know what you mean by that. I know you mean Jedi Knight Academy or whatever the hell, but Radiant, I've never used the mapping tool. So how is this helping me? Okay, so the... trolley cannot get across fully. Can you hear the ambient, like, background? Like a very... There's like a hum in the background there. Hear it? At this point, it sounds like city ambient. Fair enough. Yeah, again, it's not really what I was expecting out of this game. You know, it's like... You have a megastructure, and we're in a tunnel and close-knit areas like this, you know? I think I've hit every single mine except for the very first one. On this fallen mercenary's back, you find a curious cranial incision, an external brain you've seen spies use to store valuable memories. It might be possible to use a neural interface to connect and briefly browse what this one thought important enough to hide. Okay. Processing. After a short query, you find most of the external brain scrambled, following fast after the mercenary's own decaying neurons, but at least a few of the memories seem, as of yet, unaffected. Of course, connecting to unknown implants is not without danger, even more so when their owner no longer breathes, but the memories contained in the external brain could have some important information. Sure! There is a tug, and your mind falls like a device whose cord had forcibly been pulled. Your sense of self disappears and your own memories go hollow. Briefly, there is nothing. You are a guardsman, one of many standing poised in a dark corner of a large concrete hall. The industrial lamps of the room cast their harsh shadows on the group in the middle. The corporate leaders of Central Cyrenian Mining Group. You remember that they've been arguing for hours. You're mad! Blow it up! The greatest discovery of our age? Consider it. If people start leaving the infrastructure, so much of what we have created here will cease in its relevance. Our assets' value will plummet, and our concern will struggle for mere survival. It is this gentleman course to take. We've been grabbing these opportunities to stay ahead of the pack, and we should take whatever actions are necessary to keep it that way. Did we really do that? What of a condition? Don't be coy. We can deal with that perfectly well here. We've seen nothing. We know nothing. All that we've ascertained is that one of our dams was built to hold and broke under the pressure. The engineers responsible have already been dealt with. There's more arguing, more sharps moving angrily in the half-illuminated halls, but you're beginning to have a harder time differentiating between them. As your sense of self and your own memories begin to return, you realize what's happening. The corruption has begun to reach this memory as well, due to the external brain's increasingly deteriorated state. You return to warning signs playing over your retinas. They inform you that your escape has resulted in some, but thankfully minimal damage to your own nervous system. Unfortunately, Oh, I'm sorry. You were reading the fucking lore? Go fuck yourself. God damn, man. Like, finally having something a little bit more happening for the, you know, like, world building and, you know, mildly interesting instead of just platforming and just, oh hey, there's a mine. Hey buddy, how you doing? I don't think you like that. You like that? Alright, I'll stop. I'll leave them alone. So, are these things windmills, or are they something else? What did I call it? A mime? No, a mine. You know, a thing that you step on that goes kaboom. I know it's very hard for you to enunciate there, Chad, but... Head injury. Having sustained an injury to your head, you can no longer visualize weapon crosshairs when firing from the hip. You can have up to 4 injuries before you flatline. Okay. So I think I technically just died. I think you get an injury the second you hit 0 HP as opposed to dying. Which kind of feels strangely merciful, because then you effectively have 4 lives. Yeah, I know the game is very dirt and gray colored, chat. I don't know what you want me to tell you there. Yep. Sniper rifle, everyone. Big, powerful sniper rifle. I also like how I shot that dude's body and he did not give a shit. For fuck's sake. But this is actually one of the things I really like about, you know, like the walking sims of brutalist megastructure stuff, is seeing all the weird stuff like this. Like, that is visually interesting. You know, that's visually interesting. And then you end up going into dirt hallway.
What do they need all this fuel for? We've been carrying this shit for ages. I hear the guys here just got some fresh hardware to patrol the border with. Must be burning through fuel like crazy. Well, I'm spent. What they're going to need is to get me a new back once this is all over.
I have 12 grenades. Yep. I feel pretty vindicated in not using grenades because it didn't do shit to them. You know, it's also just like, okay, why are there, like, lion people? You know, or are they, you know, genetic anomalies? Were they intentionally made? Or are they humans that have been, you know, genetic fuckery? Oh good, a Frogger section, my favorite. Are, you know, are they, like, actually just house cats that a company decided to turn into bipedal cat girls, I guess? I don't know. No, I don't think that's exactly what people were meaning when they were asking for cat girls. Seriously? Goody. What? I think if you are leaning, it affects the trajectory. Yeah, okay. Oh. I thought it was a machine gun. It feels like I've been playing this longer than an hour. Oh shit. Ah, no! I thought I had to call the elevator. Right, another trap up here? What's stopping me from just dressing up like them and, you know... just pretending I'm one of them. I do like how some of the areas kind of wrap back around again. They definitely don't leave you wanting for items, though. Okay. What did I accomplish? This is just where I was earlier, isn't it? I came down this way. Key? Key. Yep. How does that help me? Where the hell did I need a key? It's limp. Yeah, Colonel. I'm out of all those funny little blue pills. Yeah. Colonel, I like to put eyes on him, pretend it's an elephant. Fuck. God damn it. Oh, come on! Part of me feels like I kind of deserved it. I think part of the problem with the gunplay and why it feels slow is all of the weapons shoot very slowly, right? Yeah, like Half-Life 2, even Half-Life 1, you can shoot a lot of those guns pretty quickly. Here, it's pretty slow. You know, like, you can look around just fine, you can shoot the gun pretty quickly on the first shot, but all successive, you know, it's like, there you go. What is it? Like 70% of a second or something? Not particularly fast. Right? That which escaped the notice of map makers. Okay, are we going into the control vault now? Armory key R used. Where the Christ am I supposed to get the second key? Game is kind of okay. Game is strangely open world, I think? Where the hell is the second key? The game has been generally pretty linear. I don't think I should have missed the other key. I like to imagine these guys just sucking on these things like a juice pack.
Yeah, Colonel. This blood pack came in cherry flavor. There's also a grape one. Yeah.
Hmm. Sorry? Was that supposed to be a second way in or a second way out? Hmm. So where the hell is this key? It's not like there's a whole hell of a lot of areas it could be. I'm gonna assume it's somewhere out here then. Yeah, it's actually inside one of these things. We need to go and reach deep inside of it. You know? As you do. Okay. If you were the developer of this game, where would you have put the other key? Because one of them was on top of that. It does not seem to be here either. Looks like there's a cave over there. You wouldn't have added another key. Now, chat member, that right there is the it's the correct answer. I think it's got to be in there, right? There isn't like a room behind the waterfall, is there? Surprisingly not. Wow. Dev showed restraint. Well done. Okay, so taking bets. Is the key in this cave that is obviously very, very obvious and definitely not missable at all? I'm collecting these first aid kits like as Adam West collects candy in frickin' Family Guy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, a first aid pack. No. You don't have a lot of faith there, do you, chat? Come on, chat. All you gotta do is have a little bit of faith. Oh. Oh. Well. Oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. Nope, maybe you weren't right there, chat. Hold on. Bye. I love how non-threatening they are. Oh. Okay. Why is that there? Why is there a balcony that has no way to or from? Oh! Almost cute how hard they try. What, the big cleaver dudes? Because to me they kind of make me think of like various dudes kind of like, yeah, like the type of people that would have like truck nuts or something like that. Like, they have this air of like trying to be tough, and then it's like the second something, you know, like, oh, real actual hard labor is involved. Oh fuck, no, they're gone. Oh shit, their pavement princess needs to tow something? Oh shit. No, I can't do that, it might scratch the paint. they definitely have truck nuts, that's for sure. Oh, I'm surprised they don't have the truck nuts on their armor, you know? Just get a big old cod piece. Feels a little redundant having a tent in a cave. Oh, good. Lore? A contract ledger, written on a traditional rolled paper. It details a pact made between a disaffected splinter faction of Rea Secretorum and military officers of Central Serenian Mining Group. Rea Secretorum is to give military support and act as a helping hand in mining states. Plan to bomb the area and hide its truth. In exchange, they would be afforded provisions as well as either citizenship or safe passage back to the lower strata. One line in particular jumps out to you. The letter, no heavenly fields awaited us beyond the structure, and no god to fill our empty stomachs. Okay, so that really reads less like lore, more of footnotes of how to write, like, what they want the lore to be wrote in for, you know, like, come back later, this is what I want to put here when I think about it more. That did not read like lore. It's the sextant. It's an astronomical unit? That's weird. Oh, hey, you know how I said they showed restraint on not having a secret room behind the waterfall? Well, I guess technically that was wrong. No, seriously, how was I supposed to notice that? Like, when you come up here, you aren't really looking left. You're looking to the right, you're looking, you know, probably at that destroyed thing. You know, that's tucked away in the corner. It's not very obvious. I don't know, maybe I need my yellow paint in my very gray game. Also, plus, chat, come on. They're cat people. Why would they need privacy of you know, having a tent for sexy times, you know? And plus the fact that I don't think we've actually found any, you know, like, female members of their species, so... Assuming that there are? Yes, homie. If only I could do a march. So that felt like a big waste of time. A crackle of electricity dances before your eyes. The control panel has been irreparably damaged. On examining the exposed circuitry of the panel more closely, you notice somebody tried to link the elevator's execution wire to the siren warning system. A sloppy piece of work here, but not unachievable. Okay. So that's a lot of words, but what do they mean? No, seriously, what? Did I just waste my fucking time and I was supposed to go up here this entire time? I'm thinking yes. Yep. Of course. The only reason why I went back for the key was because I thought I needed to do as such. I really didn't need the gear. But alright. Wow, this game has music? Weird. Well, I don't know if you want to necessarily call it music so much as just ambience. No, it is music now. Alright. It's kind of actually not terrible either. Why is there a radar dome here? Huh? I have no idea what the shoulder injury actually did to me. I didn't read it. Kind of bonsai-esque, ain't they? Oh, good, another piece of candy. Swamp? Ah, I kind of like the look of that, actually. Makes me think of Mist. You know, I thought I was going to fall through a bunch of water there, but no, it's actually very shallow. Oh. Okay. I mean, there was an attempt. I appreciate the attempt at making a boss fight here. But having, you know, what is effectively a bunker entrance just right here in the middle where you can just hug it and basically shoot this thing with absolute impunity, kinda, you know. Don't know what that was. Oh? Aw. How the hell does that help me? Man, it also kind of makes me think of, like, what is it, Titanfall or something? Where you actually had the mechs being piloted by people walking about. That game's actually dead now, isn't it? Not even because of the player base dying out, but because the company itself just pulled the plug on it, didn't they? Okay. Very nice Sansask, this one. Oh, that's gonna be a bit of a shitfall, that. Come on. Okay. Today's word of the day is acrophobia. Is it still fear of heights if you can't see the drop? I'm surprised that there is even more music in this game. Is this for, like, a secret? You know, find all the levers and you get, like, I don't know, dog ending? A la Silent Hill? Or UFO ending, even? Okay, so we've turned on the frickin' ChatGPT servers. Who needs drinking water? You know? The ancient terminal whirs to life. An endless wall of code cuts across its dusty display. The pure language of machine. Line by line, you begin deciphering the message. Current working hour is... Yeah. I thought it was going to be the signed... Was it signed 32-bit overflow? 2.47 billion, but that's not. The number of operating hours has exceeded the statuary of the Artificial Intelligence Safety Convention. Please contact the Maintenance Committee for Machine Euthanasia and Replacement. Current working hour is, yep. Same message keeps repeating over and over again. Other functions seem unrestorable. Okay. Okay, well, there goes the music. So much for that. I'm surprised that thing didn't try to fall at the very last second. Planet surgery. Oh, 100% nice aunts at this point now. Although there is no lightning in here. No enemies either, it seems. Good thing we have the portal to, you know, like, boots? Ankle things? Whatever the hell they were. I don't remember what they were called in there. I don't know if this thing's going to move. It doesn't look like it's in the best of shape. Can we fix it? No, it's fucked. I'm gonna assume if I touch that, I am dead. You know, third rail and all that jazz. Ball? Why is the ball bloody? Why is the ball bloody and having clouds swirl around it? Oh, look at the compass in the top left of this thing. It's going haywire. There's got to be something this way, right? Why else would you be able to go this way, right? You know what this kind of looks like, though? Do you know the usual way of, you know, like, showing how gravity is? You know, like, in like, how people usually are teaching it to kids, right? Like, they take a blanket, they put a bowl in the middle of it, and you can see the fabric, you know, kind of like warping with, you know, like, because it's weighed down by it, right? Like, it's deforming with the ball. That's what it kind of looks like there, because that ball is actually, like, look there, right? It's actually kind of recessed. I find it kind of funny how it's like one of the most interesting things about this game so far is just a ball. A portable device of familiar design has been connected to this terminal. It seems to be plowing for data and functions far deeper than the ancient mainframe would ever willingly give up. Access data records. Loading log. Megastructure designation H5 RT Artificentric 7R16. Structure type counterweight world. Description: a counterweight world is a type of physically smaller, although much heavier megastructure built within a far larger one. Counterweight worlds were created with the purpose of gravitationally binding orbits of planets and other celestial bodies that would find themselves in the way of the outer structure's expansion. Having been created before most of the nearby outer structure, they would restrain and prevent the intruding celestial body from striking its walls or ceiling, thus ensuring the structure's future stability. So it's like Dyson Sphere, but the Dyson Sphere is actually like, rather than just the sun, it's the entire solar system, I guess. But there's like enough dead space in it for the original planets to still orbit? That's kind of weird. They were most often built in the very earliest stages of construction, especially in what we now regard as the former inner solar system. Additionally, like with many other utilitarian yet crucial complexes, a large maintenance team would remain inside these structures. The species they were known to seed often had their origins tracing back to well-patterned gene pools. Their biological parameters usually chosen to best assist in specific tasks of the structure's future preservation. However, with the megastructure's expansion past the Kuiper belt, and with maintenance teams having left the structures, contact with many of these counterweight worlds has been lost. As such, it is very difficult for us to verify their present stability. Log end. Oh no! Oh! Welcome to the Black Mesa Science Facility. Wait, are we getting closer to it? That's not the end of the game, right? The gears that have not been used in eons grind in violent resistance against your demand for movement before you millions of miles of concrete and steel stretch out. Dwarfing a great crimson sphere, he watches endless tides of hard matter unfold, one solid, stacked surface against another. And as the slow descent of the elevator continues, you begin to glimpse for the first time the true vastness of your escape. Many hours later, the elevator descends to its lowest point, at last coming to a halt above raging oceans of liquid coolant. The industrial towers holding up the ceiling like mythological giants of ancient tales. Finally preparing to leave the elevator, and facing an ever stranger landscape, you nonetheless find the familiar step of your nomadic wandering returning. The promise engraved in every mile traveled that the seeking itself is the answer. That's it. Really? Okay. So... yeah... That really just makes me think of the goddamn... the thing of show don't tell it, right? Like, you could have shown this, right? The elevator panning down before it finishes its descent, or just as it hits the bottom, showing the thing, and then it pans to black, right? Rather than just a text scroll. So, I'm going to assume that Alexandra Herout was pretty much like 90+% of all of it. The music, for what little there has been completely fine. This has been Unreal? This is the Unreal Engine? Okay, that's weird. So, yeah. That's Metal Garden. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little mixed on it. Also, apparently I have missed more than half of the achievements. Huh. Yeah, so game is short, very, very, very short. It has been an hour and a half, just about hour and 40 minutes. I had kind of high hopes for it. I really did. Man. To be that guy that is saying boo. I've been recommended this game. Steam reviews are overwhelmingly positive, but yeah, it didn't quite gel with me. The gameplay, oh man. So the shooting is stiff. Right? It's stiff. It's a little jank. It's fine. It's passable. I've definitely played worse games, but it's rather obviously not particularly difficult. Yeah, you can choose harder modes, but that's not really going to fix the game. It's not going to make it better so much as more aggravating. I had hoped that there was going to be more in the way of the mechs, right? You're introduced into the game as having you know, like you were a mech pilot and your mech is now destroyed. You know, you fight a mech at some point. I was under the assumption that at some point you would get a mech and kind of like walk around the world a little bit, you know, maybe not even for long, just at all to do it. Nope, that obviously didn't happen. You didn't even get like a turret segment for a mech. The game could have done with just more of kind of like looking around the megastructure without action happening or without the goddamn puzzle platforming stuff, right? Like if you took out the puzzle platform stuff, I think we would have just lost about half an hour of the entire game's runtime, right? Like That one section there, I think, took me maybe about 30 minutes. Take that out, and you literally have, 30-ish% less game. And it's not the strongest part of the game. Like there were some good points of the game. I liked it when you got to the field where you had the the janky looking cow things and the windmills. The windmills were visually interesting. I liked that part of reactivating the CPU, and like there's no fighting there. You're looking at the megastructure again, very nice Sans-esque there. I liked that part because it's more of just taking in the visuals. Yes, there's a little bit of jumping and whatnot, but it's not reductive. It's not subtracting from the gameplay value. You are, navigating this megastructure at that point. It's not a puzzle platform at that point. You're just platforming, parkour, if you will. But that part I didn't mind. I liked that part. The end part there, like leading up to the end, the weird thing in the distance, the circle, you actually get a little bit of lore for it, right? That's one of the things I was also hoping for more of here is lore. We didn't get a lot of lore, and for 20% ish of the lore, 20-25%, whatever, a quarter, a fifth of the lore, it felt more like footnotes of come back to this bit here later and fill in. There are secret logs. Maybe the secret logs have more of what I would be looking for. But my argument to that is if your secret logs are adding more of the important lore to make the story more fleshed out and interesting, that's bad. The secret bits should be little tidbits, not the main building blocks. It should be like, oh, this is answering this question you had about the lore, what have you. Not used as a crutch effectively. I don't know if it is. Game is very gray. It is very, very, very gray. It is very gray with browns and green. That doesn't bother me. Chat sure as hell cared. I didn't. But again, it definitely kind of can be a problem when you're trying to make something visually interesting. Again, Nisance and various other Brutalist, Megastructure, exploration games I played have not been afraid to experiment outside of just gray, right? And that, like, kind of like, I guess, like the orb there at the end, and a little bit of like Schindler's List even, right? Like you have an entire film of black and white, and then it's like, okay, here's a little bit of color red, right? That would emphasize something of very large importance or interest. And I find it kind of funny that it's like one of the most interesting things, like maybe the implication or the possibilities of what it means is just an orb. The orb was important. But yeah, it's gameplay is way too focused on puzzle platforming. The shooting is very rough. It kind of felt like it didn't know what it wanted to do. The music was good for what little there was. I think the game could have benefited from more ambient music. Game is also very short, especially for the price tag. If you're one of those people that care about the price tag and runtime, I tried not to be, but when it's an hour and a half, yeah. Don't know if there's much else I can say about it. It's like, I know I was kind of making fun of the character models and whatnot, but it's like bad character models can be fine, especially from like an indie group, or an indie company, because, you know, you don't have all the skills, time, or resources necessarily available to you. And again, it's like, I love Lunacid, and that game has some very, very janky models and whatnot. So I'm not taking away a point for some of the characters looking how some of the characters looked in this. But yeah, the melee enemies are pretty much inconsequential. Obviously, the fact I was able to pretty much just cheese all of them. But yeah, that was Metal Garden. I rather unfortunately did not really like it. And I'm kind of upset about that because I really thought I would. Oh well, can't win them all, I suppose. So that'll be it for this one. Game is normally 6 buckaroos if you want to play it yourself and see some of those secret things I missed. It is on sale for, well, probably about $5, including tax. So yeah, that'll be it for now. Have a good one, folks. See ya.